It was a tough call between 2016 and you guys. You came out ahead. I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to talk to you all today. Try and hold off on the pasta food coma for a few more minutes, so I can only tolerate nodding off during some pretty lively discussions about fiscal policy or small sample sizes, but not Maggiano's luncheon speeches. I've been teaching now for nearly as long as you all have been here on this planet, about 15 years. Graduation is always bittersweet for me, as I see how you're all moving on to new adventures in college, but selfishly, I know most of you, sorry Lois, will be greatly missed next year in the hallways. You have no idea how long I practiced saying his name, by the way. It's a great honor that I share my balding, middle-aged wisdom with you graduates that will hopefully do more than go in one ear and out the other. For starters, forget college. I mean, minimum wage is going up in Chicago. What's the point of the college education? What's the value added? Just go out there and start working. You can use those 4 years to do something so much more meaningful. If you don't believe me, just go talk to Mr. MacArthur. Imagine 4 years in a row where you work really hard, I don't know, maybe playing for the Buffalo Bills, and then get to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row. But you lose every time. Obviously, had to get him back for that photo montage. Next up, I agree with Dion reading from that, like throw away those bank statements. Add to that, start racking up some credit card debt. Seriously. It's there for the taking. I mean, Zara, you've been talking about these gold-plated earmuffs you're so excited about. Just go out and get them. Seriously. All right. I'm just kidding around. I need right now everybody to stand up, please. Everyone stand up. All right. Now that you're up, I need you to raise both hands up in the air as high as you possibly can. Get them up there. I want to see. And no, those of you who know, this is not me checking for pit stains, so I feel good. I want your hands up. All right? All right, one more thing. If those hands are as high as they can get, now, reach them up just a little bit higher. What the hell just happened? I asked you all, you can sit down, thank you. I asked you all to raise your hands as high as you could. You did it. Looked around, those hands were pretty high. And then I said, hey, raise them just a little bit higher. And pretty much all of you did. You know, Johnny's ready to kind of get up and stand on his chair. Like he's always looking for that extra way of being Johnny, for some reason to giggle. So here's your first real message. Go all out on the first try. You may only get opportunities that come around once. And as you just saw, you've got a little bit more to give. Don't leave that extra inch on the table. Honestly, I've been thinking about this speech for weeks now. I drafted some key ideas, but the past few days, I've decided to shift gears. The primary reason for that is I just got back yesterday from 4 incredible days revisiting my own college to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the men's a cappella group that was a big part of my life at Colgate. Don't freak out, I will not add to the vocal greatness of what you've heard already today. My return to campus was surprisingly emotional. I was reconnecting with dozens of old friends and family on the beautiful campus. There was incredible depth to the conversation that was shared, and there was remarkable vulnerability that many exposed as we all reflected on our collegiate experience and the challenges we now face as adults. It was genuine and it was affirming. We had this shared experience that meant so much to us all, and we let each other know it. Throughout the weekend, I've frequently thought of the 112 of you, knowing that you are about to begin your own college journey. What can someone say to the next generation of college students that will have a lasting impact? I began to doubt there was anything I could share with you that might resonate with each and every one of you. While I've only been directly connected with 62 of you, I do feel that even in 2 short years at Latin, I've been fortunate to feel a particularly strong bond with your grade. So while we may not have crossed paths in person, I hope that you'll hear what I'm saying and trust that it applies to all of you equally. When I got choked up for like the 4th or 5th time this weekend, it finally hit me. I knew exactly what it was that I had to say. It's really the only thing that matters, and I saw such evidence of it over the weekend that it caused me to rethink my entire speech. Right now, really without talking, I need you to just take a second and kind of look around at the people that are sitting with you at your table. Spend a minute, look around at someone at a table next to you, someone maybe you don't know as well. Take a look at who you shared this room with today. Now here's the amazing thing. Every single person you just looked at, including me, wants what you want. They want to feel heard, they want to feel seen, and they want to feel loved. There's no better way to put it. We all want to feel that we are making a difference. We need affirmation that we're succeeding in our journey. No grade in school or no other tangible thing can provide that. Only we can provide that to each other. It's so simple, but it's so infrequently done. Don't wait for a Hallmark holiday to take advantage of the opportunity to validate that the person right next to you is loved. If we all do that, everybody wins. Some of you may know my story about moving to Chicago and coming to Latin. It wasn't a move that my husband and I had to make, but one that we chose to make in order to add a new chapter to our shared journey. I was incredibly content living and teaching in Boston and felt loved and successful in all aspects of my life there. I really struggled starting over last year, being a new teacher here with no established connections to the community. I'd given up so much comfort only to start back at square one. In some ways, you'll face the same challenges next year in college. It can be a very daunting and scary task. However, I stand before you less than 2 years after arriving here to look at each and every one of you graduates to say thank you. Whether in a classroom, on the golf course, in a gathering, or any other spot, part of our community in the past 2 years, it's the class of 2017 that will be the first one that made me feel loved. You've embraced my quirkiness, my aggressive half-point deductions, my freakish love of Mr. Pibb, of purple, Kelly Clarkson and Mumford & Sons, and so much more. I've never felt so validated in my decision to uproot life in Boston. I've never felt so validated that my decision to uproot life in Boston was the right one to make, as finding my way to all of you has helped me find an even greater sense of who I am. Every single one of you, even if it was just a smile in the hallway, or an incredible performance on the stage or on the field, played a part. Even though I try to play the introverted, emotionless New England card on a daily basis, I cry all the time. My tears today are not tears of sadness, but tears that reflect the genuine love for what this class has done for me. But I need you to do one more thing. Go out for a walk along the lake or in a park near your house in the next few days. Put together a playlist of music that inspires you and touches your emotions. Pause before your graduation and smell the roses. Think of all the wonderful things you've done and how many of those things have impacted others, like how you've impacted me. Acknowledge the fact that it was you that got to this day. With plenty of support, I hope, but only you ultimately did it. And along the way, without probably even knowing it, you've bettered the lives of countless others, like me, just by making them feel good. In this fast-paced world, it is too easy to lose sight of these personal reflections on our life's journey. I'm so incredibly happy to have had this experience to share my own thoughts with you on the verge of your high school graduation. And I hope that how you feel right now will stay with you for a very long time. There's a perfect Maya Angelou quote which sums this up. I've learned that people will forget what I said, that people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. That's just it. That's all that really matters. I will never forget how great the class of 2017 has made me feel. I have high hopes that each of you, in your own way, will make this world a better place. I can't tell you exactly where that comes from, but it's a belief that I've had for many months, and a belief that will live in my heart forever. Much love to the graduates. Promise me you'll be as good to the world as you were to me. Thank you.